It begins with titles which famously run backwards. Deadly, Kiss Me, Robert Aldrich, directed by. And this is the roughest, most apocalyptic, messed up film noir of them all, Kiss Me Deadly. Its hero, if we can call him that, is Mike Hammer, who's a tough, no-nonsense detective created by a Pulp Fiction writer, Mickey Spillane. Spillane's Hammer is violent, thuggish, and stupid. Robert Aldrich's Hammer is violent, thuggish, and even stupider. He's wonderfully played by the actor Ralph Meeker, who's also very, very good in Sam Fuller's Western, Run of the Arrow, playing another imbecilic, narcissistic action man. Kiss Me Deadly, the original book, was published in 1952. The film was made just 3 years later. They have the same plot, more or less, but almost nothing in common. The book is set in New York, and the opening encounter takes place on a mountain road outside of Albany. The film, though, is regularly cited as the quintessential Los Angeles movie, and indeed it is. It's hard to imagine Kiss Me Deadly, the film, taking place anywhere but LA, except maybe Las Vegas. Hand in glove with the location is the film's modernity. Mike Hammer has in his apartment a reel-to-reel answering machine.
Mr. Hammer, whom you are calling, is not available at present.
In your absence, there have been no calls. Here it is. Spillane's book is a beat-em-up, stomp-em-down tale about 2 cases of drugs which have gone missing. There's much rage against the mafia, but there's no pervading nuclear threat, no suggestion of weapons of mass destruction. Nobody opens the boxes. They certainly do not glow. Kiss Me Deadly, the film, was so strange and so unusual and so tough and uncompromising that it inevitably suffered problems with certain censorship regimes, including Britain. But most of the really bad stuff in the film actually happens off screen. Most visually disturbing of all is the depiction of the hero's casual sadism, as when, looking for information, he destroys an opera lover's record collection or traps an old man's hand in a desk drawer. Robert Aldrich was a bold and radical director. He was also a maker of popular action films. Kiss Me Deadly, disguised as a tough guy detective picture, is actually an anti-nuclear parable with classical allusions. Most obviously to the story of Pandora and her box. How did it come to be this way? Because none of this stuff, none of these weapons of mass destruction, not the hand in the drawer, none of that is in the original book by Mickey Spillane. Now, Aldrich's Box of Doom, though, became terribly important to later filmmakers, simply created by a lamp and a good hissing sound effect. It was subsequently borrowed by numerous fine films as a plot device, including Repo Man and Pulp Fiction. The script of Kiss Me Deadly was by A.I. Bezerides. I was given the Spillane book, he said, and I said, "This is lousy. Well, let me see what I can do." I went to work on it. I wrote it fast because I had contempt for it. I tell you, Spillane didn't like what I did with his book. And I think it's possible the nuclear what's it, which becomes the central thing that everyone remembers about Kiss Me Deadly, and the casual sadism also, were the invention of Bezerides. In this, I think that hand in the drawer scene might be the key. Bezerides also wrote Thieves' Highway, which is a noir shot in 1959. It's a script which, like Kiss Me Deadly, features a lot of Greek-American characters. Bezerides was Armenian Greek. In the climactic showdown of Thieves' Highway, directed by Jules Dassin, Richard Conte tries to cut off Lee J. Cobb's hand with an axe. And the barman runs out to stop him. And it's the same actor as Ralph Meeker trapped the guy's hand in the drawer in Kiss Me Deadly. His name was Percy Hilton, and he was like a prolific actor. Maybe I think too much about this kind of stuff. But what is going on? Only one character in this film knows for sure, and that guy is G.E. General Electric Soberin, a well-dressed gangster who unfortunately doesn't last long enough to reveal the secret to the rest of us. The book Dreams and Dead Ends about film noir points out that in Kiss Me Deadly we know everyone's full name. Ray Diker, Charlie Max, William Mist, G.E. Soberin, Sugar Smallhouse. Yet Bizzarides' piling on of details and names works in reverse like the backwards title sequence and renders Mike's familiar tough guy world both complex and meaningless. Only the box is real. Only the box has meaning. As both Hammer and Soberin observe, their names don't matter, which is a sobering thought from a very contemporary film.